Now, Olivia, when I set up a self-managed fund, ideally how much money would I have and what are the costs involved?
So I think the important thing with how much you need to have will depend on circumstances. So if you're a younger couple looking at having your own super fund, it might only be sort of $200,000 or $300,000 that you started off with, but you really want to see those strong contributions going in so that you get closer to that average balance of around about $500,000 as soon as possible. For retirees, generally around about that $400,000 to $500,000 plus. Keeping in mind establishment costs, so usually around about $2,000 to $3,000 establishment costs. So make sure that you're, really committed to wanting to have a self-managed super fund, because those establishment costs are a once-off, but they are a set-up cost.
And in your view, what are the main advantages of having a self-managed fund?
Well, I think the biggest thing and why they're so popular, so we've now got over 500,000 self-managed super funds in Australia, is the control. So people do want to know that where their money is where they can see it. So it's very transparent from that point of view. I think the second thing is you can have a family fund. So instead of having mum and dad having separate super funds, a self-managed super fund is one fund where you can pull all your investments and have mum and dad in that fund. And I think the third one is, particularly around retirement, you can actually have multiple retirement streams or pensions, so you can help sort of really strategize in that retirement phase.
And how good an investor do I need to be? I may not be a great investor.
Well, I think the main thing with superannuation is wherever your funds were effectively before, they were professionally managed. So it's really important that even when you have your own self-managed super fund, you partner with an advisor who can help manage the investment side of things. So you may not need to be completely sophisticated, but you need to have some knowledge around, how you're going to invest those funds, and make sure that you partner with someone who will help you not breach the rules, but also help you professionally manage your investments.
So what's the main downside then?
Well, I think with a self-managed super fund, you've got to keep in mind you do have extra responsibility. So you are the trustee of the self-managed super fund. So ultimately you're responsible for making sure the tax returns are lodged on time, that the investments are in the correct name. So it's a little bit more responsibility, but again, partnering with that professional advisor will help sort of outsource some of those jobs, I guess, that you need to do.
And what happens if I don't like it or I want to give it up? Is it possible to get out of my self-managed fund?
You can certainly get out of it, but I would generally say don't get into one unless you're absolutely committed. So make sure that you understand the pros, the cons and the costs of actually having a self-managed super fund. You're aware of your obligations as trustees, because like I said, there are establishment costs to set it up. So make sure you do your homework. You want to make sure with a self-managed super fund that the benefits are a lot more than where you've currently got your own super fund. So make sure you do that homework and so that you've got that longevity of having that self-managed super fund.
Well, thank you for your advice. Thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing you next time.